What do you need? You need your charger?
No,
There you
those are
go.
the player sheets.
Oh, player sheet. Oh, I don't have any player sheets. These are old ones.
Gotcha.
You just got to know these guys now. Hello, hello. Final table. We walked back in mid-hand. They came back from break just a little bit earlier than I thought they were going to. Let's see what's going to happen here.
8 folds, 9 folds.
I posted on Facebook
Yes.
and the Twitters everybody's chip count and the final table payouts. I'm going to let you take over for just a second while I fill out some paperwork here.
Sounds good here. I guess it's the pre-flap action. Arlie and Mike Zeitz. These two know each other fairly well. Zeitz has been away from poker for most of the year. I think he said this is his first tournament of the year, and what a good way to come back.
King Jack.
And check it down, and Zeitz will take it down with King Jack. The Zeitz family always seems to run deep in this tournament. Every year they have someone to sweat, and it's a pretty fun crew. They're all very supportive of each other and stick around a rail. So Mike Zeitz definitely has the biggest rail out there.
One folds. 2 folds. 3 folds. 4 folds. 5 folds.
It looks like he's going to fold to the hijack with Jared, who's going to open it up here with Ace, King of Hearts. Interesting to see if he gets any. Oh, he's going to rip it, and that might do it. It's going to be tough to call that. With the Jack 10 of the 7, 7's in a tough spot to start the final table for half your stack.
1,025,000. 7 folds. 8 folds. 9 folds.
And they do go into the muck.
10 folds. Thank you.
We got some player lineups and rundowns.
Well, what I have is I had to do the chip counts. They have paperwork they have to do for the charity. So I had to do the chip counts, the seating order, stuff like that, so that when they track who wins all this money, then we're going to know. So I had to do that quick paperwork. And so if you want to know, we've got Chad in the 1 seat. He came to the final table with 1.4 million chips. Baxter in the 2 seat with 550,000 chips. He's a short stack at the table. Most of these guys you've seen if you've been watching the feature table all day today, flights A, B, C, and D. We've been streaming. Most of these guys have had a chance to be on the feature table at some time. So we know a little bit about them. Shane O in the 3rd seat, in the 3 seat, with 1.7 million chips. He came in right in the middle of the pack in 5th place. Arlie, 2nd in chips with 3.1 in the 4 seat. Jamie's our chip leader with 3.9 million to start the final table in the 5 seat. Then we have in the 6th seat we have Jared with 1 million. He is in 9th place, just ahead of Baxter. 3rd in chips is Mike in the 7th seat. He's got 2.4 million. 4th in chips is Brandon in the 8th seat with 2.3 million. 9th seat is Josh with 1.4 million. And in the 10th seat we've got Shane F with 1.3 million chips. So that's our final table. That's what the chip count looks like. If you want to know what they're playing for, Next out, everybody here is guaranteed $1,865 for a $150 buy-in tournament, and all the way up to $20,550 up top. We got a good hand here. Shane on the button with Queen Queen. Looks like it's going to fold around to him. He's not going to get any action. He's only got 1 million chips.
As long as Chad believes he's just not trying to steal the blinds.
Right. The button raise is always suspicious. But Shane, we just saw 2 hours of Shane, and he seems like a pretty snug player. Doesn't look like he's going to get out of line at all. So I respect a 300K raise. And they both fold. At the last table, which was, while we were playing, maybe 15 minutes ago in real life, because we took a break and stuff, it was like an hour ago, so he might have went back and watched it. He had aces and raised to 400, and Keith Lauder and I both talked about how we would not raise that much because you're going to lose everybody, especially on the button. Let's bring it down a little bit. If he goes like 250 to 300,000, he could maybe induce an ace-5 to come along with you. And so he just scaled it down a little bit. I don't know if he listened to us and thought we were wise, or if he just had queens instead of aces, so he ramped it down a little bit. Either way, he picked up the blinds and antes, and we're on to the next hand. Jamie in the 5 seat with pocket jacks makes it 275. Jared just snap folds ace-10 suited. All right.
Yeah. Jamie's a tough player. He's a very aggressive, very good player, and
he's a chip leader for a reason.
Starts picking up some hands. He's to be dangerous.
All right.
And he doesn't even need to pick up hands to be dangerous.
No,
he's good at playing position, good at playing back and putting pressure on you.
Yeah. All right. We started this tournament with 778 entries. We're down to the final 10 here in the North Dakota State Poker title. Roughrider Poker Tour in Bismarck, North Dakota. As I mentioned, $150 will get you into this tournament. North Dakota gaming laws, you are restricted to 1 re-entry only, so you can only fire a maximum of $300 in this event. Regardless of how many flights. You can fire both in one flight, or one in flight A and one in flight D, whatever you want to do. Both in flight D if you show up late to the party, but you're only allowed $300. So knowing that, it's amazing
ships
how many.
And I think it's small enough where Arlie's going to be calling this 350 here with that ace-9.
Yep, he does have 2.2 million behind, so he's going to make the call. And he's ahead.
Hoping to fade the queen of the jack.
Yeah,
Hearts,
60-40 one time. Let's go. I will take Baxter's side of this. He needs a jack or a queen or some backdoor straight, some backdoor flush.
Queen or a jack in a hurry.
Jack, exactly. The spades are gone, so he needs a queen or a jack of diamonds or clubs, and he got a jack of clubs.
Fun river card for him.
For Max Payne. He
Max
waits till
Payne
the
to Arlie,
river.
yep.
It doesn't hurt our hero though, so we're okay.
You've been in here a lot today?
I've been in here the entire time.
Do you have a pick? Do you have a...
Oh boy. Arlie with pocket queens, Shane with ace-10. Arlie's in the small blind, Shane's in middle position. I think if it folds to Shane, he's going to raise it up a little bit. Make it 200 to go. Would be my guess. He's a fairly conservative player.
75,000. 1 vote. 2 votes.
All right, he makes it 175.
Yeah.
Did I say 200?
You did. You were close.
Perfect. All right.
175, good sizing.
Alex is picking Jamie. He's been in this spot. He's won it many times. He's played this game before. What's Arlie going to 3-bet to? 500? Or
Yeah, I could see a 450.
450 sounds good.
Yeah. Although he might be a little hot from the last hand where he bumped him up a little bit.
325.
325.
Ooh la, just a min click.
And 10 calls. 2 players to the flop.
All right. Very small 3-bet by Arlie. And he's Shane's in bad shape. He's got top pair, top kicker, backdoor nut flush draw. He's in really bad shape right now. He's got 5 outs, but he thinks he's way ahead, right?
Goes all in.
Top. Yep.
Ooh,
He's gonna rip it.
Oh, yes. Arlie leads out for 400. Shane just piles in his 975, and Arlie snaps it off with 2 queens. Shane's in bad shape. He needs an ace or a 10. He still needs an ace or a 10. He didn't do it. Shane is eliminated in 10th place.
Payout ticket, so find either Patrick or Jerry and get your payout ticket. Congratulations.
So Shane came in with 1.3 million chips. Didn't get anything going on. He walks away with 1865. $150 buy-in.
Yep. Great weekend, Shane. It's good work for a weekend's work. A lot of poker played. That heals Arlie up again. Arlie is a seasoned veteran here on the RPT. He plays very well. He's had quite a few wins under his belt as well, and he will also pick spots very well. He's put the pressure on, especially when he has chips. He's tough to play against.
He's tough. All right, we've got Brandon with the King 4 suited, and Jer Hansen in the chat says, "Let's go, Brandon."
7, 8, 9 hole.
He lets it go.
No ace, no king, no queen. 2 folds. Never thought of it.
I didn't want to fold the hand and I can't call. So.
But you know, I mean, everybody has their own how they think about stuff. That's the toughest. 3 raises.
They're chatting about how he played the queens. He didn't want him to fold.
4 folds, 5 folds.
That's why he 3-bet so small, because he didn't want to. He had him on the hook. He didn't want to snap it off. Shane getting a little out of line with an 8-9 suited, but he picks up the blinds and antes. I like it.
Fun fact about Shane Olhauser.
Yes.
He's aspiring plus-size model.
Is that right?
Yep.
I believe it. He's a good-looking fella. Right there in the 3 seat. And if you have not been watching flights 1B and D, our afternoon flights, you might be wondering why the lighting is so dim in this room. Fun fact, we set up in a beautiful atrium here at the Dakota in Bismarck, and there's a lot of windows in it, and it's beautifully lit until the sun goes down about 5 o'clock. And now it's dark. It's a little dim. We've got some shadows. So apologies for that. We need to plan ahead next time, bring in some spotlights or something. But, just playing a little bit of poker after dark.
6 folds, 7 folds.
And the sun goes down at 5 o'clock in Bismarck in January.
Brings back more of that old school back of the garage type room
let's
feel.
go. Smoke.
A little hazy in there.
Smoky, yeah. Casey says, "Zeets, let's go, Mikey."
4 chips.
All right, Arlie makes it 325. Jamie comes along with pocket fives. I think a standard continuation bet from Arlie is going to take it over, but he checks, and Jamie reaches for chips, and the hand's over. Arlie continues on ace queen 6. It's really hard to defend with 2 5s.
True story, but you just show Jamie weakness. He's
Yeah.
not going to pass up opportunities very
Absolutely.
often. There.
Thanks for catching that.
right. They just said thanks for catching that. I was going to have somebody run out there and tell her to put the players down to 9.
Give me 1 second to adjust it here.
And
Well, you don't have to wait for me. Go ahead.
No worries, you're good.
yep,
These guys act slow.
there's Melissa in the background running all of the action tracker all week. Fabulous job.
It's almost like there's 20 grand.
And
I'm all for breaks.
you don't understand how
These 9 folds.
taxing that is on your brain until you've tried it for an hour. And she's done a great job. The problem is when you do a really good job, that's your job now. You know, she didn't get to deal. She didn't get to play. She was stuck behind that computer every session, all 4 flights, and all day today. And Benny's been in the box, this box, most of the weekend.
She's going to have dreams of the action
Oh,
tracker.
carpal tunnel for sure. It's a rough weekend. No breaks. You take breaks when the players take breaks. That's it. You have to be on every action of every hand. You know, if you're dealing, you can throw out the cards and you can zone out for 10 seconds while they're thinking. You can't do that when you're running the action tracker. This is interesting. Jamie raises with the king 10. Mike 3 bets to 775 with just the suited ace tray, and Jamie lets it go. This is going to be a fun table to watch. Blinds went up. We are now at 50,000, 100,000. We had to finish the last 15 minutes that were on the previous level when player 11 busted and we went to final table. We sent everybody on break and had to finish it. I love the 3-bet. Hart says, I do too. That took some heart, pun intended.
Oh, I love all of you.
1 fold. 2 folds.
It's the family I got problems with.
3 folds.
Can't get them to go away.
4 folds. 5 folds.
Jamie looks poised to take this down. Josh Kelly says, let's go, Mikey. Hart's watching on Twitch. Josh and Casey and Delari, Megan, Jer, Alex, Julie, Maria, and Megan all on Facebook. We're pushing 200 viewers here at this final table. It's pretty solid for a $150 tournament in Bismarck, North Dakota, right?
Nilla. 9 goes Nilla.
What do you think? 100 of those are all Zeets fans?
I might take. Let's do this. There's 189 people watching right now. Throw out who you're rooting for. 192. Our chat's gonna just explode with Zeets.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. There they are. Zeets, Baxter, Zeets, Mikey Z, Arlie. Zeets, Chad. Good luck, Arlie. All right. Go, Chad, Shane, Zeets. I like it. I like the interaction, guys. Keep it up. Mike's got it, boys. Call it a night. Jamie. Go, Jamie. Speaking of Jamie, he's got the suited ace 10 middle position. But Shane with the pocket kings is going to make it, what, 300?
Yeah, he might have said
350?
350. Yeah.
350 sounds good. Jamie's going to call. A lot of people have been folding the ace 10. We've said that's a tricky hand to play to a raise. But he calls. I don't fold. I mean,
It's a difficult one, but you know, a lot of chips and you're in position.
Yeah.
It definitely helps being in position.
yep. When you've got position, especially Shane's got 1.4 million chips. You could double him up and still have more than him. Okay, this pot he can get away from this flop. Jack 6 deuce. Ace 10 has nothing here except for backdoor draws, and Shane just piles it in and says, I hope you have a jack. Please have a jack right now. And Jamie's like, never mind. He shows the ace 10. Says, I'm not calling you with nothing. You know, not for nothing. I had a suited ace 10. I had 40% to a royal flush pre-flop. Of course I'm calling. All right. Rooting for Ben. Get a huge tip for all his hard work. Rejoice in Providence had some success at. Was it
Kings
running
got
aces a
passed
month
over to
ago?
Jamie, next hand.
Oh,
3
Jamie's,
pairs in this hand.
Jamie's got the KK.
Harley's definitely going to open it up here with 9s.
Oh, that's gonna be bad. All right, we're bringing in titles, trophies. Patrick, don't. I'm trying to think of something funny to say. Didn't come up with anything. We got 9s against kings against 8s. Arlie slow plays his 9s, just limps in. Jamie bumps it to 475. Lets Jared off the hook. It's going to come back to Arlie, who disguised his hand. What's he going to do? Is he going to pounce?
I think he's going to flat here.
Set
But
mine?
he's also... I don't know. It's a tough spot. I mean,
Because he
you
disguised his
flat,
hand by flatting.
But even what you do here is you flat, you're out of position against Jamie.
Right.
You're kind of needing the perfect flop to continue with it.
Yep. I mean, with 9-9, you don't like any flop that doesn't have a 9 in it. But if it comes out something stupid like, a deuce 5-6, you're super happy and you're going to lose your whole stack to Jamie.
I just don't think he would lose his whole stack. I still think he would find
Well,
the full butt.
might be a bet raise fold,
You're definitely going to lose some chips.
but you could definitely, yeah. All right. What was his plan for just calling in early position? Disguise his hand? Because that worked. He disguised his hand, and Jamie really bet 475,000 chips, which is a ton. All right, where's our flop?
2 of clubs, 10 of spades, 2 of hearts.
Ten deuce deuce. That's not a bad flop for Arlie. He might check call one time.
Or do you think he's going to lead?
I
See where he's
don't.
at, and then
I don't at all. I don't want to put a dime into this without him needing to. Oh, he does lead. Okay.
I just think he knows if he shows weakness, Jamie's betting no matter what.
Right. So he just tries a blocker bet, and Jamie shoves that down his throat. He's like, "There's 1.3 out there. You're gonna bet 120. Really? You're gonna bet 10% of the pot? I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're gonna go 650. Now what do you do with your Arlie?
I think Arlie puts it in the muck.
Folds?
I do. I think that was kind of his plan
Yeah.
with the lead.
Yep.
Is
See where he's
hoping to
at.
see where he's at versus just showing the weakness and then
Yep.
playing the guessing game because
Yeah.
Jamie's going to continue.
Hey guys, just wanted to say congrats
Yeah.
on making the final table. Hope you enjoy the live stream and everything. When you do one ceremoniously bust from the final table, you'll go over there and you'll get paid out from the charity. Please just don't forget to take care of the dealers. They work their ass off for 4 days straight. Other than that, enjoy the final table.
It's Jerry Sorrells in the background telling players good luck, tip your dealers, and enjoy the final table.
Good Lord, you multiply by the second.
You out of here? All right. Safe travels.
4 folds, 5 folds,
It's not my fault you didn't wait for grandma to get out of
6 folds,
And then we run into a hand with nobody having anything.
8 folds, 9 folds.
If it folds around to me in the cutoff with a suited Jack 4, I'm going to put in a quick raise. But Josh puts it in the muck. We might see our first walk of the weekend,
3 calls. Let's see
or
We're just gonna.
we might see a shove.
the ace 5 and the king tray. King tray is at risk.
Did Shane
Shane
just
made
snap
the
him
call,
with the
yep.
ace?
He has 6 big blinds. So 5 bigs for Shane to call.
Flops and
All
ace. He's
does
got
it needs runners.
yeah, 3%. No, it's over. It's done. We lose Baxter. We lose Baxter for I think he gets like 2,100.
2101.
You can take it away. And then actually leave it. Or Shane, scoot over to 2.
Be a drink table. Right there.
In a second.
No. Don't do that. Take it out of here.
Take it with you.
We don't want no drink tables. No drink tables. Not here.
Just for this game, play in 3, Shane, and then I'm going to slide you and Harley on that one. You'll know when I yell.
I'm not sure what they're saying in the background. I heard Benny say we don't want any drinks over here. I wonder if somebody was trying to buy a round for the table or something and Benny shut it down. This is not a poker table. This is a computer that looks like a poker table.
5 folded already. 6 folded.
5 folded already. He says, "Oh, sorry, forgot to register my cards here." Josh found an ace 6 that he likes, so he put it all in his 13 big blinds.
I don't anticipate any.
I mean, it's too much, and they don't have enough. The king jack, the queen jack, it's just not enough to call for half your stack. Beer pong table on steroids. It is.
3 folds. And 4 folds.
Okay.
All done. Josh picks up the blinds and annies. That's a quick little $250,000 to his stack.
Josh Dahlstrom there. He won this tournament, I believe it was 2 years ago.
Did he? Good player.
Yep, solid player coming out of Fargo.
In the house, Jerry Sorrells. Are you going to jump in here? Whenever you're ready. 3 minutes. Clock is ticking. Take your time. Auntie Michelle says, "Go, Mikey." Okay, dumb question, I'm sure. How do we know what the cards are and how they're registered? Okay, Megan, I am an over-explainer, so thank you for asking this question. This is an RFID table. RFID stands for Radio Frequency Identification. This deck of cards cost me $150. I ask the players to please be gentle with it because I get very sad when they break. Under each of those numbers, if you look at the feature table Facebook page, you'll see a picture of what the table looks like without the felt on it. Under each of those numbers is a antenna that reads the RFID chip in the card. The card is exactly like a normal deck of cards to the player. The players cannot tell the difference, but there's that chip in there that tells the RFID table what the card is. That table's hooked up to a computer that runs everything, and there's another computer hooked up that Melissa is on. She types in all of the action. So we get an exact chip count when they sit down, and Melissa sits there and types in every single action for the entire day. Benny tells her everything. 1 folds, 2 folds, 3 raises, 4 calls, every action, and she types it in. Holy high tech, how cool. Yeah, and I'm only getting started. All right, I don't want to bore you too much. The other thing is, it wraps it up, puts it on 10-minute delay, sends it back to the other room where I'm sitting with AJ, and we're watching it at the same time you're watching it. And we've got, we're streaming it out on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, so all of my friends can see it. It's really fun, really exciting for the fans. A lot of places only stream the final table, and I like to see more than the last 10 people in the tournament, so we start streaming on day 1A after the first break. We did the math this morning, and I think we had like 160 people, different people, shuffle through and have a chance to be on the feature table this weekend. So it's super fun, and Jerry hired me to come do his tournament, and I love the Roughrider Poker Tour, and I love the chance to be here at the North Dakota State Poker Title. So I hope that answers all your questions. If you ask me what time it is, I will explain how a clock works. You're seeing the same time, but it's a bit of a lag for obvious reasons. Yes, we're on a 10-minute delay. They played this hand 10 minutes ago, and the delay between you and us is maybe 30 seconds just because of the internet standard delay. So we're watching it at the same time you're watching it, but when you type something in, we see it like 30 seconds later. But what we're watching happened 10 minutes ago. Just to keep the integrity good in the game, we can't see what's happening in real time, so we can't change anybody's outcome. Brandon with the king, queen of hearts, under the gun, calls 100K, runs into Chad with 2 kings. This is the second time. He goes all in for 900K. This is the second time a big hand has limped and ran into another big hand. Arlie's behind him. Do you call with 2 sevens here for 900K? No.
Definitely not after a limp on the gun.
Yeah. Do you call if you're Brandon? It's half your stack. You got king queen that you underrepresented by just calling. He lets it go also. We've got a lot of conservative play going on. Maybe that's why they got to the final table. They're not gambling here.
They're not putting it off like you and I?
They're not. I'm in both hands. I'm grabbing fistfuls of chips and putting them in the middle with king queen suited. Down to 8 players. Next player guaranteed $2,335. All the way up to $20,550 up at the tippity top. You tell me when you're ready, Josh, and I'll step out. Arlie with the ace king in the hijack. I don't see anything that's... Josh is ready. All right. Nothing's going on in this hand. Arlie's going to raise and take it, so I'll let you step in. I also meant Jerry. It took me a second to catch that.
Welcome, Jerry. How's your day been so far?
Thank you, AJ, for welcoming me to the featured table here. My day has been very hectic. I haven't really sat down. Let's see how many steps I got going on here today. 28,723. That is a lot of steps, a lot of moving around, a lot of moving parts, but I love it. Glad to be here for this final table on the feature table.
Shane opened up 3x with the 6s and the undergun +1. Arlie next door 10s. I think there's going to be a 3-bet coming from Arlie.
I would bet on that, yes, as well. Did I tell you that Chris Keller actually sent me a text this morning?
You did.
I did, and you know what he said? He said he had a dream. He said he had a dream that Arlie Brandvold won the North Dakota State poker title. And then you know what I said to him? I said I bet a girl wins.
Bad read, Jerry.
Bad read, yes. No bad read here. So is Arlie still thinking about it here? Is that what's going on?
Yes. We get 750 from Arlie? Or do you think it's going to go?
I'd say I bet he goes larger than that. I'll take the over on 750.
These shallow stack sizes makes things a little bit more awkward.
Absolutely. Also, we'll stream the final table of the second chance tournament too. Is that right? Yeah, absolutely. They were getting down to the lower
Flats.
20s here. What?
He flats.
Wow. So Arlie just flatted there with pocket tens. He decided he didn't want to put in more chips and face possibly a re-raise behind him.
The 9-4 deuce rainbow. Shane comes out leading 500K. Arlie with the quick call. A 3 on the turn.
So Shane C-bet this flop, is that right?
Yep, C-bet 500. Now he's going to check the turn.
But Arlie has to know he's good here.
Yep.
Definitely put in a bet. You don't want him to see a free river.
Oh, he bets
Wow,
so
that's
small.
300. I feel like he's betting here just to hopefully freeze Shane on the river. You know, I feel like he's happy to check it down to the river. I mean, I'm guessing that's what it is. So now he's just hoping that Shane will, you know, I don't know if he's thinking that in advance, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes check, check, but I wouldn't be surprised if he bet it as well. So it did go check, check on the river there. So was that a blocker bet that he did on the turn there, or what kind of was it? I understand normally when you're doing a blocker bet, it's like when you're first act, but like, was it?
Arlie's been going for max value here with small bet sizings this
Sure.
far, and one card to come, you don't have a lot to worry about.
Yep.
Just thought if you went larger, he loses Shane.
Sure.
But then value bet and let him.
I would think then he'd value bet the river too then too, you know what I mean? If he's, you know, small value bet there too. I don't know. But either way, Arlie's going to stack up more chips, and Chris Keller's dream might come true.
Ryan Burnt would announce team. It's like Madden in summer. Somehow.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, these guys are actually playing in the courtyard here at the Dakota. We've always wanted to utilize the space outside of the ballroom. It's a great look, and you know, we figured out a way this year. We also put another table out there for the final table of the second chance tournament, and then they'll move over to the feature table, as long as it doesn't finish before the feature table, which you never know. Sometimes these final tables take 4 hours plus. They did start at 7:30. I'd imagine this final table will probably go past 10:07 tonight.
So 6 went all in, 7 folded, 8 folded, 9 folded.
So Jared Quast.
Where does he hail from?
1 fold.
No idea.
There are a lot of Zeet spectators
Yes.
in the room, Megan.
We were talking about this earlier. We were remembering when Josh Zeets made the final table, and there was at least 15 Zeetses on the rail, and Mike Zeets at the final table here, so it's another all Zeets rail. I used to play a lot of poker with Mike back in the day, so I'm very happy to see him here at the final table. He actually told me about a month ago that he was retired from poker. That's what he told me.
Told me the same.
Yes, and here he is at the final table, 778 entries, still 8 players remaining, going for first place prize of $20,550. You know, maybe he'll come out of retirement if he ships this thing.
He said he has not played a hand of poker since last year's state tournament.
Wow. Well, it doesn't show. Yeah, Mike used to live in Bismarck, so we used to have a lot of home games over at my trailer. We called it 3HX. We always played shorthanded games. Getting a phone call here. One sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, that's how my mind is thinking. That's, you know, I shouldn't.
folds, 7 folds, 8 folds. Oh, look at that one. 9 goes all in.
I like one on here. 7's gonna rip it and just take down the pot. Chad's been playing pretty solid, pretty tight today from what I have seen so far. Not looking to get near deuces. Although Arlie here with the mystery hand.
I don't want to give away fun stuff.
He does not want to give away chips. Fold around to Shane on the button. I think Shane's going to open up probably 300K here with the ace-7. Take down the blinds.
We will see. I'm back here off my phone call. It was a very important phone call. Yes, Barrows, those 3 HX games were very fun. Played a lot of short-handed poker. 3HX stood for three-handed extravaganza. We would just play, if we only had 3 players, and it wouldn't stop us from playing tournament poker. You know, we wanted to ideally, you know, get down to short-handed play in tournaments, you know, and really practice our game that way. So we'll see if Mike can get short-handed today and see if it pays off. Did you guys go over the chip denomination earlier for the viewers?
We did not.
Okay, so right now there's just 2 chip denominations in play. We got the purple lavenders, however you want to call them. They're like lavender and white. Those are 25Ks, and the red placards are worth 100K. Blinds are currently 50 and 100 with the 100 big blind ante. We do reduce the big blind ante, so when it gets down to 4-handed, it'll become the price of the small blinds, and then heads up, the big blind ante will just be completely removed. Megan, you're asking if there are still spectators in the room at the final table. Yes, there are. They are out in the courtyard. We just kind of have the cameras positioned where you can't really see it. You can't really see them, yeah. But there are some people watching it. Jessica thinks the chips are plum. I don't really support that, but people like to call them different colors. It's fine. Plum. Let's go with it.
So the final table bubble boy today was Eric Hansen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That guy runs deep every year.
I know. Unbelievable. He is a fantastic tournament player.
Do we have any count on how many times he's final tabled? It seems like every year he's there.
I know. He just goes deep. He just knows exactly what to do. Like, I don't know. Like, how does he not just, like, get unlucky, you know, and just be out? Oh, yeah, I'm Eric Hansen. I'm just out in level 3. No. You know, he just doesn't put himself in those positions, and he just accumulates chips. So it looks like this was just a limped pot here. Pre-flop, folded around to Jared in the small. He only completed with King 10. Zeet's happy to check his Jackson 5 in the big blind. So Jared checked, and Zeet's sensed weakness, made a bet, and Jared laid it down. So Mike will take those extra chips anytime he can get them. Looks like average chip stack right now is about 1.9 million. Is that right?
Correct.
So about 20 big blinds for average chip stack. So imagine next blind level business will pick up here. What time do you think the final table is going to wrap, AJ?
Not 10:07.
Yeah, it'll be past 10:07.
Chad's picked up a few big hands this final table. Not seeing much resistance when he does have those.
Yeah, that's because everybody's picking up garbage behind him.
Exactly.
This late in his career, too? Yeah. I say he's number one. No. That's okay. He's gonna. He goes anywhere to Denver, or Vegas, or the Rams, but they can't. The Rams can't afford it because of his debt. There's no way.
Looks like Josh here, C9, he's picked up the cojones, the Stone Cold Nuts, 10-7. Let's see how he plays it. Shane's going to raise to 400K here with 7-5 of hearts.
Jerry, you know what Shane's license plate was for many years?
No.
Donkey Boy.
Donkey Boy, wow. I couldn't think of a more appropriate license plate myself. 10:07 left in this tournament here on this level. Next one will be 75 and 150. So I really think we'll see some action at this next blind level here. Average chip stack will be around, 15 big blinds at that point. We got 4 players under 15 big blinds. Once again, I'd like to thank Lawson Electric from Minot, North Dakota. That's Brady Lawson's business. He is our feature table sponsor. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. We had 10 different sponsors for the free roll event. They each put up $150. And then also had 5 different sponsors that put up $150 for the top 5 players on the leaderboard.
7 makes it 225, 8 folds.
Looks like Mike Zietz is going to open up the action here in the cutoff with Jack 8 of spades. Makes it a small 225K. Do you think he's going to see some action here, AJ?
I don't sense any resistance.
Okay.
But he has starting to pick up the action, play a little more aggressive, and I am
Wow, Josh Dahlstrom ships it with King 10. This is going to work.
pretty sure every prediction I've made this far has been incorrect.
Well, I mean, Josh just probably it was kind of a very small sizing, from Zietz, the 225. I mean, I haven't seen it at the 225 race here, but I haven't been here for the whole final table. Maybe if it was 300 or 350, he wouldn't have called. But I think Zietz is just posturing here.
Yeah, these guys have been tending to lean on the larger sizing for opening, which I'm not a real large fan of, being they're so shallow stacked.
Yep.
Zietz, the 225 is definitely, in my opinion, the more optimal sizing to be opening here.
Sure,
on the stack depths.
So I don't know if you guys covered it, but it is official. Chad Fowler from Minot is your 2021 Roughrider Poker Tour Player of the Year. There were about a couple people here. The top 12 could have potentially won this tournament and usurped him on the leaderboard, but nobody did that. Steve Belland was the last person with the chance to do it, but he unfortunately busted at around 30th in this tournament. So Chad Fowler from Minot going to take home an extra $5,000 from Roughrider Poker Tour. So congratulations, Chad. So how about this large sizing here, AJ? How do you feel about that?
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Gotcha.
I guess some players just are not a fan of the queens, though. No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to start inflating the pot right away. I don't know. And he was okay with taking it down. Not sure there, but Jamie Meidinger, he was also on a stream at Spirit Lake Casino when we were there last month when we used the feature table for the first time. And he did win that Sunday tournament. So pretty impressive that he's at this final table here. I mean, it's impressive for anybody that's at this final table with this large of a field, you know. A lot of landmines you got to dodge to make it.
No, it's there. 8 folds. It ain't false, it's there. 9 makes it 275. 1 folds. 2 folds.
So 275
More, yeah.
from Josh Dahlstrom here in the 9 seat. And Arlie looks like he likes that price.
2 players.
He's going to make the call. So 2 players to the flop here, brought to you by Rock 30 Games, one of your sponsors for this free roll. Josh flopping the best hand, and Arlie's left with 7 high. No prospects. So C-bet from Josh will take that down.
So, Jerry, where is the Roughrider Poker Tour at next?
Good question, AJ. Thanks for asking. Roughrider Poker Tour next Saturday. We will be in Harvey, North Dakota at the Harvey Eagles Club for event 1. And that is always our season premiere event. We always get 100-plus players at that event. It's a $150 buy-in with an optional $150 add-on, and we are estimating a first-place prize of $7,000. That is a one-day tournament. And then the very next day, we will be in Pingree, North Dakota at the 281 stop. That'll be a $150 knockout tournament. Always a great time over at the 281 stop. We'll love to watch a lot of playoff football during that time. As always, you can go to roughriderpokertour.com and click on the calendar to see when we will be in your area. Brand new season coming up here on Saturday. What's up, Jessica? Hey, we got Jessica Kendall here in the booth. She's coming to check it out. What are you sipping on over there? Michelob Ultra. Me, myself, I prefer Coors Light, but that's fine. Michelob Ultra, I'll allow it. Yeah, you got to watch them carbs sometimes. Those carbs will sneak up on you. I also had Corona seltzers for the first time this weekend, and they're very delicious. Corona seltzers. If you enjoy seltzers, you would enjoy those. Lots of different flavors. AJ had really enjoyed the spicy pineapple.
I think that was a Michelob Ultra one. It was.
Oh, yeah, maybe. The lime one was the best, I think. So it looks like Brandon here opened to 450K with Cowboys. And nobody wants to play poker with him.
Someone needs to go tell Zeets that the fans want to see him smile.
Yes. Somebody should. Jessica, can you go relay that? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. Yeah, we're going to get some action hands here, Greg, soon. I have a feeling.
We'd like to move to spot 4.
You'd rather be in 4?
Yeah,
I don't care. I mean, I want to do what's best for you guys.
I'm not going to sit there, but I'll just use my cards.
Okay, after this hand.
8 folds, 9
I didn't know it was hard.
No, not hard at all.
Also, we got a big tournament coming up at the High Third in Minot at the end of January. Last year, we made our debut there at the High Third, and we had over 400 entries for a 3-flight tournament. So we're going to run it back here again. It's Pro Bowl weekend right before the Super Bowl. So a lot of players come out for that because there's no football, and the high third is a great venue. We bring the tables all the way up to the 3rd floor. We put them in an elevator, AJ. I'm not lying. You should come on down.
That's better than taking them up the stairs.
It is better than taking them up the stairs. Yes, Spiller was at the high third. That's where John Miller got his nickname, John the Spiller Miller. He was having a good time with his beer. So it looks like Zeitz wants this pot more.
He's not interested in checking him down. I like the way Zeitz has been playing so far. He's the only one that's kind of opened up. Everyone else seems to be playing pretty
I really like Zeitz's play. This bet, and just in general, he's just. I think he's got really good timing. He knows when players are potentially weak, and he's not afraid to put chips in to see if his reads are right.
In this board texture from the big blind versus the dealers, I mean, you definitely have a lot of 7s, 4s,
Yep.
3s potential in your hand.
Packers up 13-0.
Oh, shut up.
Who got it? Who got it? Tay?
What?
Who got
Number
it?
7 just won a pot.
Who got it? Tay?
I didn't see.
Does anyone really think the Vikings are going to score?
I mean, maybe once.
Yeah, we
When
got
count on the kicker.
just put 10 guys in the box. 9 guys in the box. Double covered Jefferson.
So it looks like next hand blinds will go up 75 and 150.
How was
Oh,
right on
Arlie, I forgot to move you, so put him on 3 this time, and then
Yep.
that's where I'll reverse it.
See what I do. It's just a
Nope. Okay, you're good next time.
1 folds. 2 folds. 3 folds. Okay. 5 calls.
Jamie, you going to open up the cutoff here? No.
And Jamie's going to limp in here in the cutoff.
6 equals all in. 7 folds. 8 folds.
Jared ripping the ball. The deal.
5 folds. Yep, 75 and 150.
You're good, Arlie.
Final table 13. Excellent event. Thanks for streaming it, Eric. Also, thanks to all the announcers for making it very interesting to listen. Has been a fun weekend. I suppose you're probably going to sleep for 2 days after this, Jerry.
I would love to, but yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend.
1 fold. 2 fold.
Might see some action here. Yeah, I mean,
you see what
considering
Jared does in the cutoff with the 2
Yep,
8s.
Jared's in the cutoff here, and waiting in the big blind is Josh Dahlstrom.
Six goes all in. 7 folds.
Yep,
6
Jared
rips.
moves all in. Can't blame him here. Folded him in the cutoff. But he ran into rockets from for Josh Dahlstrom in the big. Jared's going to need a lot of help here. He needs an 8 or runners to make a straight. Wow, that'll end it. So Jared's going to finish in 8th place. You know the payout is?
23-35.
Waiting for those all day.
So nice run there, Jared.
It's up to you. It's one round. It's up to you. You're going to 6, Jamie?
I'm stay on 5.
You're going to stay on 5, but okay.
I'm gonna move my body. On the rug, instead of half on the rug, half on the rug.
There you go. Button just goes, all right. That's right. Two folds. 4 folds.
Trying to say Russian.
5 makes it 375.
Jamie going to open up the Queen 10 suited from the hijack for 375.
8 folds. 9 folds.
And should end this hand.
And 1 folds.
Jerry over here just working, just can never stop working, can you, Jerry?
You know, there's a lot of things going on. Patrick was just telling me that the locks on the trailer, they're frozen. It was like 50 below wind chill this weekend, so my pickup starting this morning was not happy with me.
7 folds. 8 folds. 9 folds. 1 goes all in.
Wow, Chad moves all in here in the small blind with ace-king. Shane Olhauser, he's got 10-7 in the big. No! He folded it. Oh. Chad is lucky.
We're down 7 players here. Next player out will receive 29.65.
25-65.
Well, need to work on that penmanship. There,
Yeah,
Jerry.
sometimes my 5s look like 9s and my 6s look like upside down 9s. Under the gun here, Jamie makes it 400K.
4 folds.
Doesn't look like he's going to get any action.
Not much fire being dealt currently.
I bet 375,000.
That's Arlie can get a little squirrely with the dirty diaper out of the small blind.
Yeah, we will see. I'd imagine we'll see him give his cards to the dealer.
Like level 23 is the magic number. Or drink 20.
There you can see the player's aggression frequency here.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Eric. How you doing?
I'm fabulous. AJ is going to tap out, and I'm going to take his place for a little bit. I've never been in the commentator booth with you before.
Yeah, I think this is a
We're
first.
always working at the same time.
Yep.
One of us is working while one of us is commentating. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, this is a comfortable couch, too, don't you think?
This is nice. This is a nice suite they put us in.
They know how to treat us right here at the Dakota Hotel and Conference Center. So if you're in Bismarck and you need a place to stay, you need a bed to rest your head on, check us out here on 3rd Street, the Dakota Hotel and Conference Center, 258-7700. They'll treat you right.
Is that like their catch take?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like Motel 6. You know, we'll
Okay.
leave the light on for
Right.
you.
They'll treat
And
you right?
Dakota says, we will treat you right.
Okay. I'm from Minnesota. I didn't know that. We don't have Ramcota in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's basically trademarked. It's
Okay.
written
We'll
in
treat
stone.
you right. All
Yep.
right. And those numbers you spotted off, is that their phone number or something that you just know
Yep,
off the top of your head?
258-7700.
Okay.
So, looks like Josh opened up here to 400K, and Zeitz made the call in the small buy with 6s, and Zeitz is definitely not a fan of that flop.
Every time he's in a hand, you guys are like prairie dogs.
You bet 500 into the half a pot bet.
Yep. And that'll be enough for
Yep.
Zeitz to lay it down.
Horrible flop for 6-6.
Yep.
Down to 7 players right now.
Next
out
person
of
out, 25,
778.
35. Yeah, 778 entries. This is our largest tournament for the North Dakota State Poker title. This is our fourth year running this. Also, this is our biggest second chance tournament. I think they had 194
That's huge.
total entries. Yeah, we had, I think 13 tables running at its peak. So first place in that is just over $5,000. Top 20 places will be getting paid. They also got to be getting closer to the final table as well over there.
I just walked in there. They had 2 tables of, I think, probably 8, 7,
Okay.
something like that. So we're between like 14 and 16 players over there.
Gotcha. So they'll probably hit the final table around 10:07, would you say?
10:07. That's what I was going to say.
It's a good line. Okay.
It's pretty close. When we had 107 viewers, I wanted to snap it, and we had like, as soon as we said that, ooh, I want to take a picture, again, like 9 people jumped on.
All in a call. Let's see the cards.
Right.
Come on, guys. Let's see the cards. Ace queen versus 2 fours.
The AQ versus the pocket 4s from Shane.
Brandon's tournament life on the line.
Brandon's all in, and Shane calls him with the pocket 4s. We're flipping.
Brandon's got 6 outs here to the river. Can he pull it
They're
off?
all live, too. Nobody folded an ace or a queen.
Ace of hearts on the
Oh.
river.
Let's go, Brandon. Got the ace on the river.
All in total.
So that'll bring Shane down to 4 big blinds.
Brandon's back up into 17 big blinds. He can breathe now.
Yep.
Is Chad wearing a Packers mask? 2 is all in. Shane just shoves 725,000 chips in with the Queen 10 suited.
Queen 10 of spades.
Folds around.
The king of spades.
Yep. Josh will make.
Josh calls.
Yep.
Flip him up. Shane's got 3 outs. He needs a 10 or some spades. Packer Mass, Jer says. All right, he's got 3 live 10s. Nobody folded a 10, so
Backdoor spades, backdoor
good to
straight
that one.
cards. 5 of hearts is not a good backdoor card. He's got 3 outs. He's standing up. He does not think he's going to hit it, and he does not hit it.
He doesn't. Another ace on the river. Barry Greenstein.
So Shane will cash there for $2,565. Nice run, Shane. And then there were 6.
Are you building him a throne?
Brandon, ace, ace on the button.
7 makes it 325,000.
He survived just a couple of hands ago by hitting an ace on the river. Mike's going to raise it up with the 7-5 offsuit from the cutoff. He's just playing position, going to pick up hands that nobody wants, which is normally a good idea. He's going to find out the bad news right about now. And I like how they've sized down their betting. $150 big blind. He made it 325. You know, just a little over a min bet. Whereas earlier they were going 3, 4, 5x.
1 million is the
Million, Brandon says. Let's make it 1 million chips. And it's going to get through. Mike was just playing.
7 folds.
Josh folds, Chad folds. Mike's just going to say, I was kidding. You can have it. I didn't want those 2 blinds anyway. $25 minutes left in level 23. Now it says 25 minutes left to break. We just came off of a break. Are we taking another break, or are we going to skip that?
I'd love to skip it myself.
We can definitely skip it.
Yeah.
We don't need to, yes.
5 folds, 7 folds.
Yep. You want to run out there and delete it or not? How's that work?
We won't because we don't have other denomination chips.
8 folds. 9 folds.
What we can do is tell Melissa and she can take care of it because she's really good.
1 goes
Have I told you how good she is at this?
Sure, no problem.
She's the best.
150.
She's the best that you've
I
ever.
mean, no, she's really good.
Okay.
She's she's the best. She's the
Yes.
GOAT.
Gotcha.
But she's really good. Really good.
So Chad is all in here, seat 1 in the small blind for a total of $700K. I think Arlie's taking some inventory here, deciding whether he wants to put any more in here with 5-4.
It's just under 5 big blinds.
Yeah, he's ultimately going to decide on not doing it, deciding the rest of his chips are too valuable to try to gamble on that spot.
You know what? We have technology. We don't have to call it that. I can just text or skip the break. All right, so
7 folds.
my phone said ship the break. She's not going to know what that means.
calls.
What's that?
9 folds.
Yeah, we lost
Shane.
we lost Shane.
1 fold.
Brandon picking up his
Calls.
another pair,
And 5 checks.
but this time he's up against Arlie's
Goes to the flop.
eights. Brandon just limps in. Wants to see a cheap flop. Arlie just limps in. Now, is that a trap, or does he really think he's afraid with eights in the small blind? I'm raising.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a trap. It's pretty hard to trap with eights
Well, I
in
mean,
that scenario.
is he afraid of getting trapped because Brandon just limped in,
Oh.
which is kind of
No,
suspicious?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do.
I think I'm raising.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unless he's thinking that Brandon just limped in, that feels fishy. I'm also just gonna limp in.
Sure. I could see that. Either way, it worked out for him.
Yeah.
Arlie's a fantastic player. I used to play with him back probably over a decade ago. We used to play over in Hankinson, North Dakota, when Dakota Magic used to have their series there. That was a lot of fun.
Okay.
That's kind of one of the first times I met Arlie. I remember one tournament was probably about 12 tables running or so, and Arlie and I sat next to each other the entire tournament all the way to the final table, and then we drew the seat cards for the final table, and we drew the same exact seats right next to each other
Nice.
that we had for the entire time.
Good friends.
Yeah, and then after that we became lifelong friends, exchanged phone numbers, and we used to see each other over holidays.
Perfect.
He knows how to cook a turkey, I tell you what.
5 calls.
Here's a hand where nobody has any cards. And this is a spot where if you min raise it in the cutoff, it gets through and you look like a genius.
5 checks. 7
You know,
checks.
the other one, min raise in the cutoff, the guy has aces, and you're like, well, never mind, that didn't work. I'm not going to do that again.
5 bets, 200,000. 7 folds. Nobody cares anymore.
Average stack 200, 2.59 million, which is Mike
A never cared to begin with.
is just over average.
Or C everyone.
How is that possible? How is everybody over average except for
Math is hard, so I'm not really sure.
math is hard. I was just Chad's the only one under an average, and he's only under by like a 1.6 million. Everybody else. All right. Here's. That's weird. Let's do some quick math on this one. I'm gonna add up everybody's stuff. Ooh, Josh is all in with a 5-4 off. And it's going to get through. I didn't see that. Did somebody just fold ace king? Watching in the chat, tell me if somebody folded ace king on that hand. Joe Becker says, be on the lookout. One of these people has my chips. So I'm gonna pull out the old calculator. Not that much. 2.7 plus.
5 makes it 325,000. 7 folds.
Chad folded ace king. That's what Chastity said. Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Huh.
Josh folded, never shoved. Oh, okay. So what I think happened is
9 checks. 7 checks.
Chad shoved ace king.
Yep.
We have our first misclick where Benny probably said all in.
5 bets,
and Melissa put Josh all in instead of Chad all in. So the chip counts are going to be off now because it just awarded that pot to Josh when Chad actually got it. I think that makes way more sense.
Yes.
Chad just shoves
Yep.
with ace king, everybody
Right.
folds, makes way more sense than Josh shoving with a 6-4 off
Yeah,
and
5-4
Chad
off,
folding
so
ace
yeah.
king,
Yep.
whatever it was.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I mean, I was like, oh my God, this is my new hero to pull that off. Yeah, that was a miscommunication between Benny and Melissa. He said all in. She has no idea what the cards are. So to her, okay, fine. Josh went all in. And obviously, Josh did not go all in. Chad went all in. So these chip counts are not going to be accurate simply because of that little hiccup. Yeah, let's take a break when we're supposed to take a break. We'll just. Okay, I could text her also. Take the break. Actually, take the break for chip counts. All right. We are going to take a break for chip counts in 20 minutes. 19 million total chips in play listed on the main room screen date. Earlier, I noticed 15 million listed on the featured table screen. Okay, thank you, Steve. So, there's a typo somewhere, and we'll figure it out.
Makes it 375.
Probably one of these players doesn't have as many chips as we think he has, and that makes a lot of sense. Are they on break right now? 7 minutes. Yeah, we can reset the computer. Okay, sounds good. Yes, yes, we will reset. See, since all this is new software, and there's a full payout list. Since all this is new software with the new hardware, I've been resetting it at every break. Just to get a a full refresh, and it's been working perfectly. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Okay.
I might not need to, but I'm just going to do it. Just because if it's not broke, don't fix it. Resetting it at break refreshes everything, and we work great for 2 more hours. We're just going to continue to do that because I'd hate to have it lock up in the middle of something.
Yeah, you would hate to.
Like I was running ragged at Spirit Lake, trying to just keep everything going.
Yeah.
But it's working beautifully now. I love it. The new updates are fabulous. The players at home seem to like talking to us in real time instead of waiting 15 minutes to talk to us.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of players have told me how much they like to stream. Obviously, we all do way better than we used to. So Keith used to run our streams standing by the table, holding it on a selfie stick.
Right.
Because we just streamed it on Facebook. No whole cam cards.
Right. Somebody said that to me. They were like, when I told them I was going to go live stream, they go, "Don't they live stream?" And I went, "I don't think so." And they went back and looked, and you posted live stream. And somebody else said, "Yeah, they just go Facebook Live." And the guy says, "How disappointed would you be if you thought you were going to a live stream tournament and there's a guy sitting there with a
Right.
Samsung Galaxy streaming it on Facebook going, no, this is live stream."
Yeah, I mean, we never, once COVID hit, it just basically killed all our streams.
Yep.
So, and then we just didn't, honestly, we didn't want to do them anymore. But, I mean,
Right.
a lot of people tuned in to Facebook and they enjoyed it, watching the streams.
Yeah. A lot of casinos did that 10 years ago where they just had a camera up in the corner, and so you could kind of just get a feel for what was going on.
Yep.
You couldn't really see everything like we can see, but you could say, "Oh, hey, look, Mike won another pot."
Right.
And that's what you could see.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys talked about this, but Josh Dahlstrom did win this tournament 2 years ago.
Yes.
This exact tournament here.
Yep, AJ
2
told
years
us
ago.
that.
Yeah. And he's currently chip leader right now, 6-handed. It's pretty crazy.
How sick is that? And Jamie won a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. And Mike Zietz hasn't played poker in over a year.
Just comes back and crushes.
Mm-hmm.
Luckiest people in the room for sure. Arlie with the ace queen. Josh with the 7-7 in the cutoff. So when you're out of the room, I think we've decided that these chip counts are off. That's
Okay.
why there's so many chips in play. So we're
Okay.
gonna do another. Maybe Josh doesn't have 6 million. Maybe he has 2 million or whatever.
Sure.
So at break in 10 minutes or whenever it is, we'll just do a. Yes, Chuck. Good read.
That's what I was
Josh
responding
just
to.
won
yeah,
the
I saw it,
2019.
yeah.
Oh, you saw
Yeah, I
that?
saw his comments,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. I thought he commented that after you said it.
It
You
was,
said
it
after
was
he
pretty
saw the
quickly.
comment,
Like I
right?
saw it and then
Perfect.
Yep.
Jamie flops the open ender. Worst hand gets the best draw. Ace queen has a gut shot for a 5. Josh still has the best hand with 2 7s. Arlie does not want to pair his ace.
9 checks.
Jamie does not want to pair his 5. Ooh, the open ender lets it go.
4 checks, 9 checks.
Now Arlie needs an ace, a queen, a 5, a spade.
We are not
Misses
taking a break.
everything. He had too many outs. It goes check, check to the river, and Josh is going to pick up another pot. And he might have 6 million. That looks like a lot of plaques.
When are we taking a break?
That is the only information I have is that we're not taking a break.
That looks like a lot of plaques.
We skipped it because we took the break. There was only
So they're about 2 minutes away from break. We're 10 minutes ahead of them.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you could hear Melissa just telling them that they're not going on a break, but we are going to take a break here so we can
Okay.
reset the chip counts.
It was
So then this stream will get completely reset, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yep.
This whole stream, we're going to hit end stream. This one will be done. We'll pull up a new stream 10 minutes later, and we'll continue.
Yeah, so go grab yourself, a couple drinks. Go put some popcorn in the microwave after this one ends.
In 12 minutes.
Yep.
You
And
can
then
take a
we'll,
break.
12 minutes. We'll take a break, and then we'll be back in probably
10
about
minutes after that.
exactly.
Chad's all in with ace king this time instead of Josh. Instead of folding the ace king when Josh shoves. Mike with a jack 10. 550 to call. He's in the big blind. He's already put in 150. It's only 400 more.
Fun fact, I have heard Mike Zietz say plenty of times it is impossible to beat the jack and the 10.
All right. He's getting a discount. He's already in the ante also.
Yep.
He put 300 in. It's only 400 more. The math is right.
And he knows.
I like the call.
Yeah, there might be the count might be off. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens.
I actually like the call here. If you're not up against a hand that has a jack or a 10 in it,
You're 33%.
yeah. It's 2 to 1, and you've got the correct odds. What's that? The pots, he's all in for 550. The pot's 925.
Ace king. Shows the jack 10.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And Zietz calls.
Oh, he still called regardless. Yeah, you're right. Chad won that hand that they awarded to Josh, so he has way more chips than that. And Mike still called.
He knows the jack and the 10 is the nuts. I've heard him say it.
All right, let's see a flop. The 6-8 deuce. He needs a jack or a 10. One jack has been folded. He's got 5 outs. He's got 5 outs one time. And a king, he does not do it. Okay. Now the chip stacks are going to be off even further because Josh actually made way more than the 550 that we thought he had. Not Josh, I'm sorry, Chad. So it shows Chad with 1.3 million. He probably has close to 2. How many players left? You're looking at them. This is everybody, just 6. Six players down from 778 that started. So now it shows Chad with 1.3 million. When we see his chip count, well, his big old mitts are in the way, so I can't tell. Well, we'll find out in 10 minutes. It's fine.
300,000. 5 folds. 7 folds.
And for Mike to think about it for so long makes more sense when you realize that Chad shoved way more than 550.
Yep.
You know, I was thinking 550 is a snap. Let's go.
8 bets.
Brandon,
1,000.
9-10 of clubs. Flops a flush draw on the big blind. He's going to lead out with it. We call that the donk bet, leading out to a pre-flop raiser. Blocker bet sometimes, and it's going to work this time. A question was asked earlier, would you ever donk bet? This is a situation where I would.
Sure.
You know, I don't mind a call, and I don't want to have to call him if he just shoves on me.
So my friend Chad, he always wants to try to utilize the donk lead, but he just never finds himself in the position to do it. He always plans to do it, but just like never.
He has good intentions.
He's never calling. You know, he's never calling a hand where he's going to be out of position. So he just doesn't get him as many opportunities.
The situation
to donk
does
lead.
not present itself.
Yeah.
All right. No women at the final table this year. Not this year, Chastity.
But maybe next year.
Maybe next year. It's quite possible. Calling her shot.
Folded around to Brandon here in the small blind. Looks like he is cutting out a raise. I believe he's just going to get that through from Josh.
Playing for 400,000. I'll fold.
And Josh does lay that down. So it'll be like 15 minutes, right? Because they want a 15-minute break and then 10 minutes.
We're gonna see the 10 minutes, and then, yeah, it'll be 15 minutes. Yeah. How much time is left on this clock? Like 5 minutes? Yeah, so it's 20 minutes.
7 goes all in. 8 folds. 9 folds. 9 1 folds.
So Zeitz does move it all in there in the cutoff with ace-5. That's going to get through.
It's weird how when a break is coming up, people start playing differently. Like they want to. It's like the break is coming, so some mental reason why they want to start raising when they normally wouldn't or something.
So are you telling me the break is influencing the action?
The break might be influencing the action
Huh.
because some people are like, okay, the break's coming, I'm gonna just get rid of this hand, go have a cigarette or
Yep.
whatever, and other people are taking advantage of that. So they're like, I know you want to leave, so let me raise this up a little bit and give you a extra reason to leave.
Yep. And by the way, folks, it is 2022, so if you were looking for a New Year's resolution to stop smoking, now is your chance.
I quit smoking in 1995.
Absolutely. There's no time like the present to get rid of it. Nobody ever quits smoking and then regrets it.
I don't regret it.
Exactly. Save your lungs, save your body, and quit smoking, folks. Thank you.
May 1st, 1995, when my daughter was born, I smoked a pack a day of Camels back in the day. She was born April 25th. I bought a pack that Tuesday morning. It lasted me 1 week. The following Monday was May 1st, May Day, 1995.
Was it top 10 one of the best decisions of your life?
Yes.
Cool.
You know how expensive cigarettes are now?
I don't, because I never bought a pack, honestly.
I quit when they were $2 a pack, and now I think they're
Wow.
10.
$10 a pack?
Am I right? Am I close? Okay. Only the cool kids smoke anyway, so don't worry. Yeah, I think they're $10.
We got some action here.
Oh, we got top pair. We got King Queen with Arlie and Queen Jack with Jamie on a Queen high board. Jamie's got 2 jacks left. The jack of clubs was folded. Do they know there's a break? Gail asked. Yes, they do. The clock's right behind them. They get to see everything. Full disclosure here on the Roughrider Poker Tour. So it's just a matter of how fast they can get it in, really. When you've got 10 big blinds and top pair and a good kicker. I mean, I'm not folding Queen Jack here.
I mean, yeah, he does have some backdoor possibilities here. Backdoor spades, backdoor straight cards. We'll see what happens.
Oh, yes, we canceled the break and then we brought it back. So we actually didn't do anything. We just told them we won't have a break, and then we told them we will have a break.
Yep, we just basically
Called an audible.
Yeah, called an audible. Used a VCR to rewind it and bring them back to full circle here. And Arlie moves it in. He puts out a stack of chips. Not sure if that puts Jamie all in or
It's
not.
so close. Either way, it's effectively he's going to have a couple of blinds left. Either way, whoever loses this one is just going to be in bad shape, and he is making the call. He's hoping he's against a flush draw. Arlie's not happy about that call. What? Why don't they flip up the cards?
Well, I'm not sure if he's raised.
They're going to make the pot
He might have
right
technically
first?
raised him.
Oh, he didn't go all in.
He didn't quite.
He bet.
Yep.
Okay. So.
No matter what it is, I mean, it looks like he's going to have to call.
I
here.
see.
Like, I mean, he's going to call, but
Yeah. Yeah, you can't bet 800 and then fold.
right.
You can't put in half your stack. I mean, you can.
It's ill-advised, though, I would say.
I don't like putting in half my stack. He's gonna fold. Hart says. Arlie bet 800. Jamie jammed. Arlie's in the tank. Yes, thank you, Kyle.
He's not going to fold. He's going to have to call here. I mean, he's going to be so happy when he sees Jamie's hand.
So it's a king queen versus the queen jack.
Yep, he's in. Wow.
Well, Jamie's got him covered.
Yeah, he's pipped. It's so close. What that is the chat just refreshed and showed us everything again. Oh, man. Jamie's got 2 outs. He needs a red jack to stay alive. That's a 7. That's an 8. Doesn't do it.
So that did not bust Jamie. Looks like he's got 25K behind, I believe.
Yeah, he's still sitting down. He's not going back to back on the RPT this weekend. I mean, or maybe he is. 25K, is that accurate? Is that what we said?
Yeah, 25K. He's got one chip.
The big blind is 150.
Yep.
So he has, and you guys do big blind
Yep,
first?
we do that big blind first.
Okay.
Yep, so he's not out of it.
He has 1/6 of a blind. Good luck, Jamie.
Oh, he's in the big blind though.
He's in the big blind.
Wow, what an unfortunate spot for him there. There's no big blind ante then for him to win.
No. See, now if you did ante first, all he would do is win and get that quarterback.
Yep.
But the way you do it, he's going to get
He's gonna
25
get a wide
from
receiver.
everybody who calls. Yeah, he's going to get he's going to get 75 on the side, or 75 in the main pot. Regardless of what happens, there's going to be 75 in the main pot for him. Yeah, pot 75K. Anti-first is standard and recommended, but the Roughrider says we want to do blind first for this specific situation where you do get to have everybody's chip.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about changing it for 2022, so that's one of the things that we're going to address at our board meeting. The board meeting is private and not to the public, though, in case anybody's wondering.
Josh is eliminated on the next call, and we are on break. I'm going to go get chip counts. We'll see you guys in 15 minutes. It says 30 minutes on the clock. We're going to be back. All right.